Hello, I return with another video. Uh, Currently wearing a balaclava because, well, it's cold, and I might do a review on this video depending on how I feel in a few minutes. Today, we're going to be doing a review of a Soviet VDV mess kit. The mess kit is within the pouch. Uh, so, just an overview of the pouch real quick. It has this little pocket on the back for the belt to go through. That is then connected to two buttons on the front. Presumably this button is meant to be connected to this top part, or it could go down to that second button down there that is now covering. This thing has a pretty good solid construction. I bought this from Alex Catfish 09 on eBay. This mess kit entirely. Good guy. If you're looking for good deals on Eastern Bloc Militaria, I recommend you go to him. So now we're getting into the overview of the canteen itself, or mess kit. So this mess kit is not like traditional Soviet mess kits in that, one, it has a fucking canteen with it. This thing is a pretty good canteen for what it is. It surprisingly doesn't hold that much water. It can easily fit in like one of my hands, so it's not that. It's kind of big, kind of small. It doesn't hold as much water as it seems, but it's all right. It has a screw on top, just like most Russian mess kits or Russian canteens. It's this one's pretty beaten up, but that's mainly because I've been using it quite a bit. Now on to the actual mess kit itself. The mess kit comes in two segments. A sort of cup slash bowl thing. Sort of like a bowl. Where this is meant to be sort of like a plate or like a flat instrument of eating. So we're just gonna start with this. This right here is meant to be the handle. Most of the time, Soviet meals were primarily stew and soup based. You wouldn't really have that much solid food unless you were like, you found a dead rat in Afghanistan, so you spit roasted the damn thing, and now you're just ripping it apart with your teeth. But when they did get solid food, I'd like to say mac and cheese, but I don't think the Soviets ever got mac and cheese. So this was primarily used when you got like vegetables, fish, stuff like that. This wasn't really used that often. This was used to like maybe cook rice or like maybe pan fry some stuff. This could act as a pan. And then you get to the actual main part, the thing that holds the most mass in this canteen. This is the bowl slash cup thing. Presumably this is where the stew slash soup stuff would be made. If you didn't have like an actual good like fucking pot, you just grab this and go, all right, we got stick, use stick, put stick like this, hold over fire, boom, food made. But yeah, this primarily was used like you'd put some water in, you'd put some extra ingredients, you'd then filter out the water with like a fish net or some shit like that, and then you just eat what's in there. Primarily what I may use this for. Also, this was used for like boiling water. Like say in Afghanistan, you just found yourself a pond, you just bloop, put it over a stick, boil it, then you have clean drinking water. Other than that, the only thing I really use this for is mainly like eating. When I feel like eating a large amount of peppers and onions, I just put it in this instead of this. But what I do mainly eat out of this is like mac and cheese and like mainly pastas and whatnot. I do actively use these things, except this. This has kind of fallen out of favor because I've gotten a better canteen that surprisingly is much smaller than this one and holds even more water. So, but Other than that, this is a pretty good canteen for the size that it is, because it all like collapses back in on itself. And the handle mechanism on like the pan thing latches into this little notch right here, locking the canteen in place so it can't move. You can still hold it like this and nothing will really move about. Overall, I'd say that this is a pretty decent mess kit compared to the old Soviet ones, which was basically just the two other things without the canteen. And the way that they were situated was much worse. They'd have it sort of like this, and then it'd kind of clamp down. Personally, I'm not a fan of that because, like, it takes up even more room. It isn't. It is lighter, but personally, I just would rather be able to carry everything so compactly and get an extra canteen out of it. But Alex Catfish 09 on eBay was selling this for around 25 bucks, and I just picked it up in like the middle of the summer, last summer. So yeah, this is how it all. I'll show you once I get the button done. This is how it all fits together. It fits together pretty nicely, and just sitting on the side of the belt. This is not as much big as, like, say, this isn't as big as, like, say, a magazine pouch, old Russian magazine pouch, where that would hold like 3 mags. This was probably about the same size as that. Same thing with the grenade pouches. So this isn't really that bad, size-wise, and weight doesn't really weigh much of anything. But yeah, that should be all for now. Don't subscribe. I am going to shoot you over to one of my friends, Meme King 2102. Please watch his content. He makes much better stuff than I ever will. Yeah, watch him. Don't watch me. I make shit content. Watch him. He deserves